Welcome to Let's Get Shots for America. Today, we'll be discussing the HIB vaccine. The HIB vaccine is one of the many vaccines found on the current CDC childhood vaccination schedule. Like the others, it serves an essential purpose of preventing HIB infections. Let's learn some more. Before we discuss the vaccine, let's learn about what HIB is in the first place. HIB refers to any infection caused by the bacteria Haemophilus influenza B. This is one of the 6 distinct serotypes of H. influenzae. Serotype B is the one that most commonly impacts humans. This bacteria is normally found in the nose and the throat. However, when it moves to other places in the body, it can cause serious infections such as meningitis, pneumonia, or bacteremia. The main form of spread of HIB infections is through respiratory droplets by infected persons. Additionally, people can be asymptomatic carriers as well. Now, let's take a look at the HIB vaccine. This vaccine is a part of the conjugate vaccine class. This means that a weak bacterial antigen from the target disease is combined with a carrier protein in order to produce sufficient amounts of antibodies. This vaccine is given intramuscularly in 2 or 3 0.5 milliliter doses depending on the formula. The first dose of this vaccine is given at age 2 months, then 4 months, and 6 months. The active antigen in this vaccine is the Haemophilus influenza type B polysaccharide. This is combined with the tetanus toxoid, which acts as the carrier protein in order to provide a sufficient immune response. Sodium chloride acts as a buffer, making sure the vaccine pH is the same as the body's pH. Lactose, a protein commonly found in milk, is used to prevent the antigens from breaking down and remaining stable. The last important ingredient of this vaccine is water. Let's now discuss reasons to get your child vaccinated against HIB. Starting off with protection from infection. HIB was the leading cause of invasive childhood infections pre-vaccination. Getting vaccinated decreases the chances of your child experiencing any form of HIB infection. Next, it can prevent serious side effects as a result of infection. HIB infection at a young age can lead to hearing loss, brain damage, or damage to the limbs, depending on the type of infection. These infections are very serious, but can be prevented with vaccination. Lastly, it's safe and effective. Each vaccine on the CDC schedule has been rigorously studied and monitored for safety. There are 3 phases of human clinical trials before offering the vaccine to the public, as well as continued safety monitoring after licensing. Let's take a look at some common myths regarding the HIB vaccine. The first myth is that since HIB infections are not common now, you don't need to get vaccinated. This is not true. HIB infections are not as common because of the sex of the vaccinee. Decreasing vaccination rates would lead to an increased rate of infection. The second myth is that the HIB is not effective on young children. A previous formula for the HIB vaccine was not effective at providing immunity to children under the age of 2. However, conjugate technology has solved this error, and the currently offered vaccines provide essential immunity to children. Before we conclude, let's take a look at the special case of Pentacell. This is a special combined vaccine that allows your child to be protected from 5 different preventable diseases. It provides immunity against HIB, polio, diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. It only requires 1 shot per dose, meaning fewer needles overall. A single vaccine also has fewer antigens than infection with just one of the preventable diseases, so it's better for your child overall. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get shots.